Nigga, but it's money. Yeah.
Man, it's just with Jojo over there, you already know.
I'ma shine like a VVS diamond on my wrist. All the time, as I grind, I shine, I gotta get a fix. Oh my god.
Alright, so what's going on, cuties? It is Cody, aka Coder, back with a brand new video on the channel. Today's video is going to be very simple. I'm going to be running through all my Fortnite settings and anything you guys would like to know about my DPI, my sensitivity, and everything else. I know a lot of you guys probably
don't care
about any of this, but I'm still going to make a video on it because maybe there's one or two people that actually are curious or something like that. And yes, I do not have a face cam on in this video, primarily for the issue of it's really late at night. I got the school in the morning. But yeah, we're gonna get this video done. If you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if this is the first video you're seeing on my channel. I do want to thank everyone that has watched my last video. It's doing really well right now. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's about stretch resolution in season 11. Without further ado, let's get into Fortnite and let's show you guys my Fortnite settings. So here's my Fortnite right here. As you guys can tell, it says Coder. That's me. So if we go into the video side of the settings, I do play on full screen. I would highly recommend playing in full screen. I play on 1920 by 1080, which is kind of ironic because the last video I made was about stretch res, but I'm sticking to native. I really like native, and if the old stretch res is never coming back, I'm gonna stick to native. All of this stuff is primarily default, but for my graphics quality, I play on all low, shadows off, and for my view distance, I play it on either far or epic. I like the way that the game looks on low settings, and I have no problem with it, and it just increases your FPS a little bit more. So down here I have VSync on off, motion blur off, show FPS. I always have that on. I like to see what my FPS is on. For DirectX, I have it on 11. I did mess around with 12 when it first came out, but it gave my PC, or it gave my Fortnite like a lot of issues, and I would drop frames and stuff like that. So DirectX 11 is what I stick to. I have multi-threaded rendering on. If your PC allows this, I definitely would use it. It makes your game a lot smoother, increases your FPS and stuff like that. And GPU crash debugging, don't really know what that is. I have it on off. So I play on NA East, as you guys can tell. I'm central, so give me a central server epic, please. Toggle sprint off, sprint by default off, sprint cancel reloading off. I do highly recommend having auto open doors on, just in case you edit a wall, or you edit a wall and it makes a door. You'll just run right through it. All the combat stuff and all the rest of this should just be default. So if you guys want to look at any of this, just take a look at all that. I haven't really changed any of it. The video highlights I have on off because I do not like those on, and it actually helps your PC a little bit if you have it on off. But that's totally up to you. I have my replays recording on and my creative replays on just so I can get thumbnails and stuff like that. My HUD options, I have it on 77%. I like having a little bit smaller HUD than usual, so I have it set on 77. All of this stuff should be just default because I've never really came in here to change any of that. So here's my sensitivity, my X and Y. For X, I have it on 10.4%. And for Y, I have it on 9.7%. I've never really messed around with my targeting and scope. These have probably been the same since the beginning of the game, to be honest. But I have my targeting on 29.7 and my scope at 37.7. I could probably mess around with these, but in all honesty, I'm kind of lazy. And these two work for me, so I'm not going to really change it or anything like that. So here's my controller options, which I don't play on the stick, so don't really pay attention to these. This is my audio. As you guys can see, this is basically just irrelevant, but if you guys are interested, here they all are right here. And finally, these are my keybinds. So to begin with, I have a Razer Trinity mouse, which has 12 buttons on the side. You're probably going to get confused on my binds if you don't know what that mouse is, but here we go. So movement is primarily the same, WASD. I have crouch on C and left control. I'm just kind of messing around with those two. My use is on F. I think the default is E. I could be wrong though, but I changed mine to F. So my harvesting tool says 0, which on my mouse is actually 10. I'll put a picture up on the screen of my mouse so you guys can get a more accurate representation of what my mouse looks like and how these binds go to what buttons. So my weapon slot 1 through 5 goes through 4 through 8, which are also on my mouse. So my wall, my floor, and my stairs are 1, 3, and 2. And so is my roof. It's on 9, which are all on my mouse. My trap is equals, which is on my mouse. But instead of being equals, it's actually 12 on my mouse. All of these should be the same except for my editing. I have my editing on E. I've become pretty used to that being my edit, so I don't think I'll ever change from that. And from there on, except for the reset building edit, I have it for scroll wheel editing. If you guys don't know what scroll wheel editing, it's pretty self-explanatory. And if you guys are on keyboard and mouse, I definitely recommend having it as a viable option. And then all of this should be basically the same. If you guys are interested in any of these, just look through them real quick, but these are pretty irrelevant, to be honest. And my controller, which I said I don't play on controller, but I've plugged it in a few times, so Builder Pro, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, that is basically my Fortnite settings. I am gonna hop over onto my Razer software to show you guys my DPI and stuff like that. Okay, so I am now in Razer Synapse, and I'm gonna go over to my mouse. So here's my mouse right here. You can kind of see a picture of it. It has all the side buttons on the left. It's definitely not a mouse you see a lot in the Fortnite community, but I've been using it since like season 2, so muscle memory is pretty much all on this mouse, and I cannot picture myself using another mouse at this moment. So I have my DPI on 400, which is pretty normal for Fortnite. A lot of people either use 400 or 800, but there's some people that use a variety of different ones. But for my in-game, I feel like this DPI fits very well with it. But at the same time, my mouse is very heavy. I'm pretty sure it's over 150 grams, probably closer to 200. So I play on a very low sensitivity and DPI for the size of this mouse. I know a lot of you guys probably do not care about my NVIDIA control panel, but these are the type of 3D settings that I use. I would highly recommend putting these in if you're wanting a little bit more FPS in Fortnite, because these are pretty optimal. Don't take my word for it. I just watched some YouTube videos and put them in, and it's done pretty good for me. Other than that, guys, I'm pretty sure that's gonna wrap up this video. Hopefully it was informational for some of you guys out there that were curious. Again, thank you guys so much for the support on the last video. It does mean a great amount. And if you guys still have any questions over my settings or stretch resolution, be sure to hit me up in DMs or anything like that. I'll eventually get to you, I promise. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.